Addiction. What is it? Who is addicted to exactly what? And are there any viable and sustainable addiction treatment options for people wishing to be treated? I'm Albert. Thanks for watching Vlogs About Nothing. And so, right now, we're going to be talking about addiction. And it's probably something that has touched or touches on all of our lives, if not in the current moment, then at some point, right? And if you've not experienced and or had in the past, hopefully you won't have to in the future, but in case you do, it's important to know and to talk about addiction. So, addiction is a treatable chronic medical disease involving complex interactions among brain circuits, genetics, the environment, and an individual's life experience. And so, taking that into consideration, it can be a very complex sort of rollout as it pertains to IRL or in real life, and as we see it every day. In fact, it's important to note that over 21 million Americans are addicted to at least one thing, while 10% of those 21 million Americans do not even seek any kind of treatment. And so there is a fundamental problem with being addicted to certain kinds of things. So we've established what addiction is. We've even now know a small number of people, a rather large number of people, are addicted to at least one item. And it's time to talk about the things Americans are addicted to. And so, anywhere from 50 to 99% of all American men are addicted to adult website visits, while only 33 to 89% of all women in that same category utilize the internet for that same reason. And so, basically the same. Basically, men and women are almost just as equally addicted to watching adult films as they are respectively to one another. And so this is a highly addictive behavioral pattern noticed in the United States of America, just so much as a 28% dependency on caffeine, which is, coffee or sodas, things like this. And so these are the things that we are addicted to. Illicit drugs account for 25% of all addictions that young adults aged 18 to 25 have here in the United States of America. And so drugs, caffeine, and viewing habits. These are three of the things that Americans are addicted to. And again, those three things are embedded into some of the daily tasks that we perform as just everyday people. And so the last time you drank a cup of coffee was probably the last time I drank a cup of coffee, which is just a few hours ago. And so, again, this is what addiction is, some of the things that we are addicted to. And we wonder if there's any kind of treatment for the kinds of addictions that we have. And there is. There are many different types of support groups for all different kinds of addictions. In the link in the description below, I even included a really interesting article about the strange things people are addicted to, all of which including eating rocks, dryer sheets, and drywall. So there are many other strange addictions that fall within a different category. But as far as addiction goes, and addictions, it is important to remember that some of them are worse for us than others. The dependency on illicit drugs, for example, is probably not the best thing to be addicted to. It can cause not just individual problems if long-term usage perpetuates, but it can also affect the people around you. And again, these items that we've evaluated are just how it affects us on an individual level and not the people around us. So remember that the next time you're having a conversation about addictions.